righty. Very good. All right, wonderful. Good evening and welcome to the committee meetings for December 9th, 2025, which should be our final committee meetings for the year. The elected body present, Mayor Kurt Wilson, Council Member Christine Hall, Council Member Alan Sells, Council Member David Johnson, Council Member Sarah Beeson, Council Member G. Lee Hills, Council Member William Morthland, and I am Randy Knighton, the Chief Administrative Officer, along with our Deputy Legal Counsel, Mr. Joe Cusack. Mr. Davidson is sitting in the back today. Wow. And we also have our Deputy City Clerk and Executive Assistant to the Council, Ms. Michelle Miller. The purpose of committee meetings are for city departments to convey information to Mayor and Council and discuss initiatives listed on the published agenda, as well as provide updates of vital information pertinent to the operation of city government. By ordinance, the committee consists of the Mayor and Council as well as the City Administrator who serves as chair of the meetings, and this is a public meeting, but not a public hearing. And while we certainly welcome the viewing audience and the in-person audience, do not take public comments at these meetings unless specifically authorized by Mayor and Council. Public comments and questions are taken every second and fourth Monday of each month in City Council meetings, as well as fifth Mondays in open forums. We do encourage residents to always reach out to our staff if you have any questions or need information. We also encourage you to contact our web service portal, which is a mechanism to report issues and concerns, and to visit our new resident and business services here at City Hall. Also, we want to make sure that you are apprised of events in the city of Roswell, and you can visit roswell365.com for a calendar of those events. The first item on the agenda are the minutes for the November 24th, 2025 committee meeting. We'll entertain a motion for approval. Motion by Councilmember Hill, second by Councilmember Morthland. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. The next item is listed on regular agenda is the consideration of the 2026 calendar of mayor and council and committee meetings. And I have been designated to report on that item. The calendar obviously is here before you. Just a couple of notes. As per usual, there are a couple of items on the calendar which are related specifically to holidays as relates to Memorial Day, also Columbus Day, and as well, and typically the final meetings, committee meetings of December following Christmas are not reflected on the calendar as well. One other note is for January the 2nd, there is policy. Within our HR policy, there is a policy provision that states that if the Christmas or New Year's falls on Tuesday or Thursday, then Friday is off as well, which would be January the 2nd. Hopefully you've had an opportunity to review the calendar. Do you have any specific questions as outlined? Yes, Councilmember Beeson. Excuse me.
Understanding that there will be a new administration coming in come January, if anyone on that administration wanted to make modifications to the dates on this calendar, they can do so at that time. So in other words, once this mayor and council approves the calendar, if you have other folks coming in and they have issues with it, they can modify the calendar. It would just take a vote, correct?
Right. The vote could be, or the mayor council could make modifications to the calendar at any time during the course of the year. That is correct.
Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Hall, second by Councilmember Hills. Hall and Hills, and then any further discussion? All right, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. Thank you very much. All right, the next item on the agenda is item number 3, consideration of a resolution to submit a local maintenance and improvement grant, LMIG, project list for FY 2026 to the Georgia Department of Transportation and to accept the LMIG, or Local Maintenance and Improvement Grant funds for $1,136,436.22 from the Georgia Department of Transportation. Mr. Nicholas.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this item, this is for the GDOT Local Maintenance and Improvement Grant. This is done annually and is based on the amount that we get from the state is based on total lane miles within the city. So our amount that we are going after is $1.1 million. It does require a 30% match of $340,000. Typically, we use this for resurfacing, and then the general fund money that you guys allocate in the budget process more than covers the amount for the match. Just some examples of projects that can be used for the LMIG money. Like I said, roadway resurfacing and repaving, that's what we typically use it for. We can use it for sidewalks, minor intersection improvements, bridge maintenance, and then other infrastructure projects. Like I said, we typically use it for resurfacing on our larger roads, like collectors. For 2026, we are proposing, we've got 2 sections of Old Roswell Road. PCIs are below 50s, below 50 for both segments here. There's the segments from Holcomb Bridge up to Warsaw Road, and then from West Side Parkway going up to Hembry Road. So like I said, to both, the PCI, and that's the pavement condition index for the section from Holcomb Bridge up to Warsaw Road is 45, and then from Hembry to West Side Parkway is 32. The estimated cost for both of these is just over $1 million, which will be covered by the grant. So upon approval, we would accept the $1.1 million from GDOT and then complete a budget amendment to accept the funds and establish the grant budget. And with that, we'll entertain any questions.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for Mr. Nicholas regarding the LMIG funds? Seeing none, we will entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Johnson, second by Councilmember Beeson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. Thank you very much. And then item number 4, consideration to accept the FY 2026 road resurfacing list. That will also be presented by Mr. Greg Nicholas, Interim Director of Transportation.
Thank you, Mr. Knighton. So this is our proposed 2026 resurfacing list. We have generated it to meet up with the budget that was approved for FY 26 of the $3.1 million, and then obviously the $1 million with the LMIG funds on top of that. And this list is based on, we look at the pavement condition index, that's the PCI ratings. We'd like to hit stuff obviously, in the 20s, 30s, and even below. You will see a couple higher numbers. That's just, we have a couple roads that are in subdivisions, but we are hitting, we want to hit the whole subdivision and just finish it out. So that's why there's a couple more that are maybe above 50, but they're still below 70. So feel like it's prudent to go ahead and get those resurfaced. Do want to just kind of highlight a couple roads that we are doing next year. So Bullock Avenue is on the list. The Rec and Parks project will be complete by summer next year. So we want to get that, that'll be done after the Rec and Parks project is complete. And then Canton Street, we have a joint project with Public Works, a minor drainage improvement on Canton Street. And then Canton Street from Magnolia all the way to Woodstock Road will be resurfaced next year. We probably will have to do part of it at nighttime, and that'll be part of the contract stipulations. But in order to not disrupt the businesses, it'll have to be done at night. And we are going to stipulate that it has to be done by the second Alive in Roswell, which will be in May. And that'll be part of the contract agreement. And then just want to highlight Riverside Road. This section of Riverside Road is from Old Alabama to Eves Road. We get a number of complaints just with cyclists. We've got a number of potholes that we continue to fill. So we want to get this one as a high priority. So this will help that area down in that section of the road. Just a quick look. This is the map. We do try to spread things throughout the city with the funding that you all allocate. So I think we're definitely hitting west side, central side, and east side quite a bit. So staff recommends approving this list, and we'll go out to bid in January. I will make just a quick note. We do have some additional projects that'll go with this list. Rec and Parks has a number of items that need resurface in their parks, and we're just going to try to do some cost savings by having they'll get a better rate because we have so much going on with our resurfacing. So that'll go out to bid in January, and we'll be bringing a construction contract back in February or March. And I'll answer any questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nicholas. Yes, Councilmember Beeson.
Is there any way we'd be able to expedite the Canton Street resurfacing so it'd be done before Alive in Roswell, the first one?
We're going to try. It kind of depends on the weather. The goal is to have the contract executed by March, so we could maybe get it done before April.
But you're building in the buffer for rainouts?
Correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
Councilmember Hall.
Thank you. On Riverside Road, can you please remind me the other part of Riverside Road that's going to be done in tandem with the park? When is that road work going to be done?
Yeah, so the Riverside T-Splosh project is, we are finalizing permitting right now, and we're actually anticipating going out to bid in January. Now, it will be, an 18-month to 2-year project, but that will be from the Roswell area park, or from the Riverside Park to Old Alabama. Yeah.
And so that'll probably happen the year after this one does. This is in 26, so.
Yeah, this will be in 26, but the final paving for Riverside.
So that whole section it's going to have brand new road really over
Yes.
just about 18-month period.
Yes.
That's great.
Yep.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Councilmember Morthman.
You mentioned the parks that are going to get resurfaced. Do we have a list of the parks, or is this just a hope that while they're here in the city of Roswell, we're going to try to ask them to one-off a couple of things?
They are finalizing. A lot of it's been approved already. It's like bond projects, primarily, and maybe a couple capital projects, but everything has been approved. It's just, and they're getting a list together, and then we'll put it with our list and go out to bid.
Thank you.
Councilmember Johnson.
Can you elaborate on the drainage project on Canton Street and maybe how long that's been going on and now being fixed?
My understanding, it has been going on for a number of years. There's some drainage, there's a drainage issue near Elizabeth Way in 1920. Water's been jumping the curb. So our friends at Public Works will be installing some new drains connecting to existing drainage structure. And then we'll come back and resurface, and we'll hopefully take care of that problem that's been
About
out
a
there for
decade,
while.
right? It's been about a decade or so?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Watson, anything to add? No, sir. Okay, all right, we got it covered. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
One quick
Yes,
question.
Councilmember Sells.
Well, I'm sure this will be on the fancy new website, right, this list?
Yes.
And-
Yeah, we will.
And will it be in chronological order, or is there some ranking of that, or something like that?
Yeah, we typically do it by alphabetical order,
On the list or in time?
just on a list.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So will there be some kind of schedule for these, or are they do you not have that schedule yet?
We won't have that till we go out to bid.
Okay, fair enough.
The contractor will have to provide that schedule. And that's something, when we do get that, we could put that up on the website.
Citizens are interested, that
Right.
this list is for the year.
Correct.
Thank you.
And you're right, no, to Councilmember Sell's point, the point about notification to subdivisions, for instance, in anticipation of a road paving project that may take a few days, just so they're aware prior to the actual or the project taking place. And obviously, we can coordinate with our communications department to ensure notification. Yes, Councilmember Beeson.
I was going to say, I sat in on a communications meeting earlier this week. Since I've been communications liaison and infrastructure liaison, some feedback I've gotten from residents for this year's resurfacing is that it's been a little frustrating for residents of not knowing when their road was going to be resurfaced, when it was going to start, and when it's going to end. I say this as somebody who works adjacent to construction projects or road construction projects on the construction materials side. I understand that rain can delay things. Also, one setback on one section is going to cause a setback for multiple sections. So it's going to be really difficult for a contractor to be able to give exact notice of we're going to be there for this date until this date, or it's going to be done by this date. However, there are coordinating between doing the electronic signs in the neighborhood and working with contractors to give other means of notice, just so people have an idea that it's coming and to be able to plan alternate routes.
Right, yes, thank you very much. And also, I think we have learned some things through even the most recent contract and how we should structure it before we go out to bid to ensure that we're getting the high-level response that residents expect and that we expect from our contractors. So thank you very much. Any further questions or comments? Thank you. All right, if seeing none, we'll entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Johnson, second by Councilmember Beeson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously as well. Thank you, sir, Mr. Nicholas. And you're still here. All right. Item number 5, consideration of a blanket approval to perform right-of-way acquisition services and to accept right-of-way options for the Etris Road multi-use trail bond project in an amount not to exceed $152,400. Mr. Nicholas.
Thank you. Yeah, so this project, the Cox Road intersection project, this is,
We're at Etris, right? Where am I? Or did I? Number 5?
oh,
Etris, yes.
I thought these were in order. Yes, so the East Road multi-use trail project will construct an 8 to 10 foot multi-use trail along East Road between Hardscrabble Road and Crabapple Road. And this project does include pedestrian lighting in the stretch. We have 2 parcels that are currently being impacted by the project that we need to either acquire right-of-way or easements. So just a quick map. This is the Sweet Apple Elementary School on the south side of Etris, and then the second parcel is the commercial property across the street. We are in conversations with Fulton County Schools, hoping to get some sort of a donation, if not an entire donation. So we're hoping to not spend the entire amount that we're asking for. But we are working that with Fulton County Schools. Yes, we are seeking blanket approval for the right-of-way. And then the amount is $152,400, and that's based on appraisals and the fair market value with a contingency. And we'll entertain any questions.
Thank you, sir. Councilmember Hall.
Thank you. And we're doing this project, if I recall, it to extend connectivity, because there's quite a bit of connectivity in the area. Can you go back to the map? Can you just please remind everybody where our trails exist and what this does?
Yeah, so there's multi-use trail completely along Hardscrabble on the east side, from King Road all the way to Etris Road here. And then the current construction project that is underway right now, further south on Hardscrabble, will actually take the multi-use trail from King Road down to the Target Shopping Center. So then this piece along Eatrice Road just connects a lot of neighborhoods here off of Crabapple to this entire multi-use trail network. And then we do have some additional trails, planned for the future, along Crabapple Road, and then even up here in the Hardscrabble, Crabapple area, connecting to Rucker as well, as part of the transportation master plan.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, if folks haven't looked at it, it's so exciting how much, I don't know, you probably don't know off the top of your head how many miles we have, or you may know how many miles we have committed this year.
Yeah, it's around 80 that is either constructed, planned, or programmed for the future.
And this is, I mean, and this is something that, I mean, as part of the connectivity and also as part of our application with the American League of Cyclists for our silver designation that came up in conversation recently. And I mean, this goes a long way to really having a connected city. This is terrific. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Beeson.
Proud Sweet Apple family over here. In terms of the amount of pedestrian traffic that drag right there would get, to reemphasize Councilmember Hall's point, it drags all the way down. It would connect all the way to the Target shopping center. This also would connect two schools together between Roswell High School as well as Sweet Apple, as well as park systems, because we have the fields there as well, the baseball and the soccer multi-use fields. There's also it's very popular for people to take their golf carts. And now that we've added the connectivity between Edenwild and Wexford, this would technically, I watch, but I don't judge. There are people who take their golf carts on these sidewalks that are not multi-use trails. They are sidewalks. This technically would legalize their movement and their ability to pick up their child at carpool from school. So it does improve connectivity beyond just connecting into the Target shopping center as well. That said, so the 150 is with the assumption that Fulton County Schools does not donate the right-of-way on their side. So is it just the red line, or is it also the additional commercial shopping center on the opposite side too?
So the red line is just showing where the trail would be, just on that side. There is a very minor piece on the commercial property, actually to accommodate a crossing, because we are putting in a rectangular rapid flashing beacon. Yeah, the majority of the money is earmarked for Fulton County, so.
Okay, so there's a potential that there's not 150 at all, and there's just a small amount for the
Correct.
crosswalk.
Correct.
Got it. And to reiterate too, the crosswalk that's being added, people play Frogger in order to cross from the commercial shopping center on the far side in order to get to Sweet Apple School. There's no crosswalk outside of what's on Crabapple Road and Hardscrabble Road. So parents are literally just praying and hoping and getting across the road. There's not typically a crossing. It is Frogger with no crossing guard. And then you also have cars coming in from the inbound side on Crabapple. So it's tricky. It'll improve not only connectivity, but pedestrian safety as well for a very pedestrian heavy school. Because like I said, it services even Edenwild, Saddle Creek, and Wexford are some of the biggest subdivisions in the area, and a lot of children walk to school and bike. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any additional questions or comments regarding this matter? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Johnson, second by Councilmember Beeson. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously as well. Thank you. Item number 6, consideration of a blanket approval to perform right-of-way acquisition services and to accept right-of-way options for the Cox Road intersections, T-SPLOST, that is Transportation Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax project in an amount not to exceed $100,000. Mr. Nicholas.
Thank you. All right, now we'll do the Cox Road intersection. So we have two roundabouts that are proposed along Cox Road, one at King Road and then one at Eatrice and Ebenezer. This is a joint project with the city of Milton. They are the lead agency. We've just gotten to the right-of-way phase here for both of these intersection projects. We have approximately 6 parcels being impacted between the 2 projects where we need to acquire right-of-way easement or driveway easement. Just quick quick map, we got the roundabout here at Cox and King, and then the roundabout at Cox and Idris and Ebenezer. So we're just requesting a blanket approval of all right-of-way services. This is our standard. The amount would be $100,000. That is based on cost estimates and the fair market value, and that's not to exceed. We do have that amount in the project account, and we'll entertain any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholas. Councilmember Hall.
Since Milton is the lead on this, whose design standards are we following for the design of the roundabouts and the plantings and materials that are going to be in there?
It would be City of Milton, because they will ultimately maintain the roundabouts. Because we only have
So we'll
one.
see some beautiful landscaped roundabouts.
Sculpted horses.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Hills.
Thank you. How far out is the construction of these roundabouts? Because I know we've talked about them the 4 years I've been here.
Yeah, so the one at King Road will probably be first. There's less right-of-way in general at that one. The one at Idris and Ebenezer is just a little bit different, just with the angles and everything. So I think they're anticipating the King Road one to go to construction, I would say, by third quarter next year, third, fourth quarter. And then Idris and Ebenezer will probably be either fourth quarter or early into 2027.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Any further comments or questions regarding this item? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Johnson. Second by Councilmember Beeson and Morthland. Councilmember Morthland. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. Thank you. Item number 7. Consideration of a resolution establishing charges for alcohol resident wholesaler to update the license fee to give the option to resident wholesalers to break out a fee schedule to determine which type of alcohol they wish to distribute. That will be presented by Joseph Cusack, our Deputy City Attorney, Chief Legal Officer.
Thank you. Tonight, we are updating the resolution, which was adopted in 2008, which has established our alcohol fees. We have a grand total of 2 resident wholesalers in the city, but there has been interest for somebody who wants to do sort of a hobby wine business to become a resident wholesaler. They have a distributor lined up to sort of help with their hobby wine business, but the cost of the amount, or the total amount for the resident wholesaler, the $3,000 for that permit, would inhibit him from actually doing this as a hobby because it's too much money. So what we've done, and started looking at other jurisdictions, they've broken out a fee schedule for if you're going to be a wholesaler. They've broken it out by beer, wine, and distilled spirits. So there's no financial impact to the city on what we make on these, but it's going to give those people who are resident wholesalers the option to do beer or wine or distilled spirits or all 3, and it's still the same total amount. So it's just sort of giving some options in there. This one doesn't really get used a lot, but it at least gives that option to somebody who wants to do this as a hobby.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cusack. Any comments or questions regarding this matter? Councilmember Beeson?
So to clarify, this isn't going to impact any commercial businesses who currently have liquor licenses or pouring license. It does not change their fee schedule. It just provides additional options.
No, not at all. These are just more of people who are actually distributing to those commercial businesses.
Got it.
All right, thank you. Any further questions or comments? Seeing none, we'll entertain a motion. Motion by Councilmember Hall, second by Councilmember Morthland. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously as well. And that does conclude the committee's meeting for December 9th, 2025. Since no further business, we'll entertain a motion of adjournment. Motion by Councilmember Beeson, second by Councilmember Johnson. All in favor? Passes unanimously. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful evening.